Hey everyone, it's me Lisa and I'm coming at you with another video. We are continuing with our Christmas session types of video that is gonna dive and delve afterwards into more New Year's type of video. This is what I have thought about for you to gift more books this year, and I have several methods to gift good books or books that you wish to gift. I have thought also about maybe creating a video about how to choose what books to gift, but this is something that you have to tell me down in the comments below if you are interested in. Would you care to know how to gift potentially very good books or books that you think people might like, because sometimes what we like is not what other people like? So I have here a list of various ways to get more books, and I have divided them upon price range because there is a matter of books can be very expensive, so it can depend on how much you have to actually spend on presents this Christmas. We will start from cheaper options then to go into the upwards of the selling and buying of books. So let's get ready for that, and we will have timestamps down below to look at everything, and if you want to skip and jump you can do that. First beautiful ways to gift more books this year is called Little Free Library. If you're not aware of what a Little Free Library is, we are talking about libraries that nowadays, for example in England, they have started putting them in stations. So tube stations or regular stations, or there is an app that is called Little Free Library that you can sign up in and look at little free libraries around your neighborhood if they are registered. But that is not always the best because not all of them are registered. So you can also go on Google Maps, click Little Free Libraries. It will tell you a bunch of free libraries that are around your neighborhood and your place or your city as well. So that is a great idea. What you do is you bring a book of your own and swap it with another book. I would say that obviously this way of giving and getting books is a bit hit and miss, because there are free libraries where there are some great books that absolutely are worth it, and some other little free libraries that have a very reduced selection of books and that are not really that great. I'm gonna show you what I got in some little free libraries so you can judge for yourself. So these are books that I got in swaps in little free libraries, and one is #1 Chinese Restaurant. It was longlisted in the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2019, and it was very interesting to me to see. It's also covered, so it looks very cool, and I think this one belongs to a library and it was put in there because they're just giving out books, so I think it's really interesting, and it's by Leon Lee. And then we have V.A. Schwab Gallant. I have seen this book a bit all around the place, and it has been described as a bit of a hit and miss. Some people love it, some people don't. So I really like this version because it has some illustrations in it, like this one, which I think makes it super cool, and it's decorated, it's colorful, really cool and classy. And I also love the very simplistic cover. I think this was meant to have something on, but it's fine if it doesn't have it. Less hassle, better. And then I found this one by Bernardine Evaristo, Girl, Woman, Other, that was shortlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2020. And this one I've wanted to read for the longest time, never found it anywhere, and when I found this one I was like, yo-ho-ho! So absolutely. And it also won the Booker Prize in 2019. So you can see that you can find really good books that you actually want to read, or that you maybe have read and want to gift but you don't want to part with your own copy. So I think that this is a great idea to get into delivering and giving more books. They are used used? Yes, they're normally in good conditions, and I do believe that using and sharing used books is not always wrong. I think that we should be sharing and giving out and using different types of books, not only new books, because the ones that we have on our shelves, if we never plan to read them anymore, don't like them, it's a great way to share them and not let them die on our shelves. The second way is with Word of Books. Word of Books is a website that has used books in there. They are usually in very, very good conditions, and they are pretty cool, and you can get books at reduced prices there because they are used, but still they also have very old books as well, because there are some books that nowadays are maybe not in production as much, you cannot really find them, and in there are so many books that I couldn't find in other ways. One example is Salem's Lot by Stephen King. I wanted to read this one for the challenge for the horror books. Still reading this one. I'm in a bit of a slump, but let's skip over that. And I really wanted to find a copy. This one is used, so you can see it a bit. I think it's also crooked because of my usage, because I have thrown it into bags. I really do use my books, but it was a great thing to be able to find it at a decent price. I think it was less than £10, and I am really excited about it because I don't need a new copy to enjoy a book. Like, that's a truth that most people ignore. And then we have charity shops as well. I think that charity shops like Word of Books are books that are being used. They are a bit less in best shape possible, but you can find some wonderful hidden gems in those shops. So I think that that's absolutely a great idea. Go to a charity shops, look into it, look at books that really are very discounted, and you can get a few that you might like without giving out so many books and wasting so much money on Christmas presents. Then another great option is going not into library per se, but bookshops that do have books discounted. So for example, the post office has a lot of books for very, very cheap prices. Then there are shops, I know that there is one I cannot remember the name of. This one is a book that I got from that place, but it's basically this shop that has books that are super discounted. I think I paid it for it £5 or something, and it's new, it's wonderful, and it's a lady's guide to fortune hunting, which it was super discounted. They also have a lot of options of pay 2 get 3, or get the third one but discounted. So it is really, really cool to look into different avenues of buying books that are not strictly bookshops. Another place that I think you can look for books to gift is your own library. I think that if you, like me, are a reader, you will have an extreme amount of books in your library. We are not Edwards, we don't own private libraries maybe, but we might have very many books in our shelves, and I think that not only looking into your own libraries can be a great way to look into something that you enjoyed, but also being able to spot maybe some reads that you don't plan on reading again, don't add much to your shelves, but you would be happy for someone else to read. So you could pick up something from your own library and gift it, and maybe you can press it like under heavy books to make it not have the appearance of something that has been read, because here we can see that this one has been used, so you can hard press it under books or in a proper press and make it look a bit more polished. But I think that also that is a great way to reuse books, not waste anything, and just encourage this mentality of it's not set in stone, you don't have to keep it forever just because you bought it in the first place. Then I think another great way to gift more books, if you don't know what to gift, is through a gift card. You can, in I think every bookshop ever, select an amount that you want to put in a gift card, give the gift card to someone else, and they will be able to buy what they want without you having to make the hard choice of gifting them something that they might not even like. So if you know them very well, I think that you might know specifically what they like in terms of genre, things that they will be enticed to read. But if it comes down to someone that you don't have as much familiarity with, I think this is a great option to still gift books, but books that they will really enjoy without you having to go out there and make choices that they might not really appreciate. Then obviously we are looking into local bookstores to buy books, and that's a choice that I've hinted at because obviously that's a very common place to go get books, and I think that's cool, but I think it's maybe more on a higher price range depending on what type of book you're looking into, what section, if it's part of a discount, if it's not, if it's just come out. So that is really different depending on where and what you're gonna gift, but that's a great place to go. You can also get recommendation because the librarians are really good at knowing what people might like. If you want to ask for them to recommend something for a gift, I think it's a great idea to go in there. Then another place, this is less ethical. Amazon has really great discounts on books most times. I say it's less ethical because we all know that Amazon is not the greatest place to buy stuff, and there has been a lot of debate, a lot of things surrounding exploitation, laborers that were exploited, so a lot of things coming into that. And also it's not the best place for authors as well, because authors don't gain as much through their books. As an author, you don't get as much money, and especially I would suggest not returning books to Amazon, because it sounds like a great thing, but the cost of the book is gonna be charged back on the author, and that takes away from their gains. So I would not suggest that, but it's a great way to get some books. I've got plenty of books that I got from Amazon that were super discounted, and I have used it, so you can use that as well if you're not really concerned about ethical choices. Then I would suggest, if you want to do a more special book gift and already know what to gift, you can look into special editions, and that can be done through Etsy, through Instagram, through personal websites. It's full of people that do this kind of things. They do personalized spines and personalized drawings on books that you can look at, and they look absolutely stunning in your bookshelves. I'm gonna show you some examples that I have from Illumicrate, but they are just so beautiful to get. So these are my examples, some of my prettiest covers ever. This is Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Emily Wensau, and oh my god, can you, my god, I've not read it yet. I told you I'm in a slump, but it's so pretty to put on your shelf, so beautiful. This one as well, enchantingly beautiful. It's Starling House by Alex Hay Harlow, really beautiful. And the last option I'm gonna show you is this one, that is Masters of Death by Olive Blake. And these are great options if you want to do a more special gift. They're just very much more expensive, especially because the Illumicrate ones cost around £20 a book, but the ones that are personalized can range up to 50s and even more expensive depending on where you get it. So it can really become an expensive endeavor, but if someone is really special to you, you can make the splurge and gift them a very beautiful book. And another option, and the last option that I'm gonna propose to you, if you really want to gift a book but have no idea what to gift, don't want to break the bank, you can go into a secret date with a book. I think that this is such a cool idea, if not just a little bit dangerous, just because on the secret date with a book you have a little prompt to what the themes that are in the book are gonna be confronted and what it basically is that is within the book, but it's very general and you don't know what the book is because it's wrapped. So it's a secret date because you don't know what you're getting. And I think that's dangerous enough for yourself, but for another person it can be a really fun gift to be like, I got you a secret date with a book. You give them the book that you think is more aligned with them, or you can make yourself a secret date with a book. So you can wrap the whole thing into paper that cannot be seen through, and then write some things on the paper and just tell them that that's their secret date with a book that you personally created, which I think is a super original gift, and it doesn't break the bank, I think, and it's really cool. So I hope that you like all of these options. I really find them very, very cool, but I think it's a wonderful idea if that's your intention and you're a bit lost on how to do it, or don't want to spend as much, or have different concerns about that. I really hope I answered your questions, but if you have more questions, write it down in the comments below. I will be happy to answer, and tell me if you would like to see a how to choose the perfect book guide for someone that you love but are not really sure what to give them. So that's great, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really have fun creating it. I love you all, and I really hope to see you all in the next one. Bye guys!